Can something be perfect? What is the standard for perfection in media? I'm sure someone out there smarter than me has a list of requirements that something must reach before it meets their extraordinary standard of excellence, and that's why nothing can ever be considered truly perfect. Everything is subjective at the end of the day. Yes, there are set standards such as good writing, editing, storytelling, etc., but when it comes down to it, everyone ranges on what the specifics of perfection include. If you go out looking for a comprehensive list like I did, you're more likely to find claims on how to make something good or better, as perfection requires something to be completely free of flaws, and most would agree that nothing is above criticism. However, if perfection is viewed as a standard set by the pinnacle of a medium instead of an impossible goal, then a baseline for perfect can be set. This should then become the goal for all similar forms of media to aim for. It encapsulates everything that medium can be, but no one wants to claim they alone understand what is perfection, not wanting to come off as pretentious or face criticism for such a claim. Well, I fear no such criticism, as, in my opinion, Starlight Brigade is the perfect music video. So let's talk about it.
We'll be right back with Tsunami.
While going through list after list of what makes something good, I came across several repeated key elements. They include the story or plot, characters, conflict/suspense/maintaining audience attention, the writing, and the ending. Each of these elements plays a key role in storytelling in general, and specifically in Starlight Brigade. I will also be touching on the art and music, as they are integral to the work as a whole, and both masterfully are blended in to create something which rivals most full-length cinematic experiences. Starlight Brigade is a twerp song from the album Together Through Time that features Dan Avidan, also known as Danny Sexbang from Ninja Sex Party and Danny from Game Grumps. It was released on May 23rd, 2019. Twerp is a Canadian group started in 2007 made up of keyboardist and vocalist Dr. Sung, guitarist Lord Phobos, bassist Commander Meouch, and drummer Have Hogan. The band maintains a level of anonymity as they always perform in costume and under their stage names. They are both known for their own work and their connection to Ninja Sex Party and Starbomb as both groups' backup band. This connection is how I found them, as I was already a fan of the Grumps and Ninja Sex Party. Dan Avidan, the lead vocalist of Ninja Sex Party and the titular Not-So-Grump on Aaron Hansen's Bizarre Adventure, aka Game Grumps, provides the lead vocals and lyrics. The video was animated by the Knights of the Light Table, a Texas-based studio involving artists from around the globe that can also be credited with the animation of Starbomb's Blowing the Payload and Ninja Sex Party's Heartboner. And the studio is headed by Patrick Stannard, known for his work on the Netflix Castlevania series. These are the main players. They'd worked together before, so what makes this so different? What makes Starlight Brigade so special? The video is reminiscent of various materials, most heavily 80s and 90s anime, early Studio Ghibli, and Mobius in terms of the animation, with the narrative pulling from 70s sci-fi such as A New Hope. Knights of the Light Table went above and beyond to capture the feeling of these elements. The video director, India Swift, was quoted saying, "We created a set of custom brushes based on the way that anime line art looks. It's very traditional and has slight dithering." This project had a team across various locations that had to find a way to share large files, custom brushes, and tweak each other's work easily after each scene was completed to make sure that it met the quality and style that they wanted for this project. Given the final result, it's clear they succeeded in creating a beautiful, unique setting that felt all its own, but had an undeniable tone of the projects they drew inspiration from. This project highlights what animation is for. There's no way this could have carried the same impact had it been done in live action. They were able to capture the audience's attention in a way that most standard music videos could never do. The music carried just as much, if not more, influence on the project's narrative, as Swift explained in a Patreon post that certain parts of the track felt like key moments that needed to be reflected in the visuals. For example, we knew the bridge/breakdown before the epic final chorus needed to be where our character was at their lowest moment, a false defeat before rising up in triumph as Phobos' sick guitar riff reaches its apex. Her Patreon will be linked in the description below, as it offers a first-hand account on the production and even gives insight into several ideas that didn't make the cut. She also highlights just how much effort went into character designs, of course taking influence from the art styles the team was paying homage to, but also incorporating aspects of the real-life counterparts of each of the characters and even pulling from nature. In the case of the main character Strive specifically, pulling from starlings. The shape and coloration of the bird were particularly crucial in developing the character's appearance, as were the physical traits from Danny, such as his iconic hair. As I mentioned, I'm going to link Doig and Swift's Patreon below, where you can go and read for free 5 different posts about the production of Starlight Brigade. It contains a lot of the artwork that inspired certain shots, as well as the art style itself. You can find alternate openings, as well as a lot of photos and clips that I've used throughout this episode. And if you're in the place to financially support them and their work, think about becoming a patron. The other characters include futuristic versions of all the members of Twerp and Ninja Brian, with the aforementioned main character Strive serving as an embodiment of Danny's drive and idealism. In fact, while on the surface the story follows Strive wanting to explore space, it is meant to symbolize how it felt for Danny to pursue music despite the odds being against him. The Knights of the Light Table team even went through interviews of Danny talking about his struggles to better capture that feeling. They then took that feeling, that passion, and tied it to light and warmth, symbolized by the glowing gem in Strive's chest. That's his fire glowing within. That is the essence of Starlight Brigade, with the literal feeling of doubt and fear acting as the darkness growing as the villains steal light from the universe. Our story begins with the young Strive reaching towards the stars in a very anime-inspired manner. There's silence until a large black pyramid is shown tearing the stars from the sky. It isn't until the stars begin to fade away does the music kick in. We then transition to an older Strive, pining to explore the vast cosmos, filled with determination without even fully grasping what it's like out there. Then, a flash of color streaks across the sky, prompting him to run towards where whatever it is crashed, leaving behind an old member of his species, which can be assumed to be his family, or at the very least someone important to him who doesn't want him to go. Faced with an unknown starship, he reaches towards it, being pulled in as it changes its form to better represent Strive in its bird-inspired design. Confronted by his own doubts when given the chance to take the galaxy, he pushes through those thoughts and takes control of the ship. Sailing through an abundance of lights and colors, we see Strive smiling for the first time as he is finally able to witness the universe for himself. I'm on my way out. But he finds it dark, empty, and full of debris. But this is when we are introduced to the other members of the Starlight Brigade, who fly up to Strive's ship, welcoming him and communicating via holoscreens. They make their way to what seems like some form of military base where they are briefed on a plan to attack the Star Thieves, shown again as the large pyramid surrounded by smaller starships, which appear to be the same as Strive's before it transformed. In an instant, the base shakes and lights go red, as the enemy is at the proverbial doorstep. They're called into action. Managing to take out a few of the invaders' ships before going directly for the pyramid shields. Taking heavy fire, Strive's ship is damaged, and he's injured, causing the world to fade into darkness around him as he reaches out one more time like he had done as a child. The glow of the stars fall away, as does the stone on his chest. The scene transitions to a younger Strive running towards a star, his goal, his dream, and when he finally reaches for it and takes hold, the ship's lights return to life as the fire within him burns brighter than ever, and he pushes forward, cracking the shield. The rest of the Starlight Brigade follow in his example, smashing through the shield and passing into the pyramid, which is described in the lyrics as a place between black and gray. This builds to the climax, which may be the most amazing Dark Side of the Moon reference ever made. As As the video comes to a close, we see Strive filled with joy, smiling wide as we are shown his home planet where the stars have returned to the sky, and the Elder sheds a tear of joy, finally ending on the screen that makes us feel like we just witnessed the most stunning introduction to an 80s anime that I've ever seen. And that's it. 4 minutes and 9 seconds. That's all there is. Maybe all there ever will be, and that's perfectly fine because that's all there needed to be. 6 days after its release, the video hit 1 million views on YouTube, and it's sitting at just shy of 5 million at the time of this recording. Starlight Brigade was a joint effort of a group of dedicated artists and musicians who came together to create something better than the sum of its extraordinarily talented parts. And as a result, we were given a musically driven, emotional journey rooted in the fear of failure on the path of following one's dreams, in a 70s sci-fi, Mobius, and early Miyazaki-inspired adventure to restore light to the universe and defeat the darkness of fear and self-doubt. I personally could not imagine anything they could have done better. Every scene hits the emotional beat, pulling the audience in, causing feelings of determination, even those who have no idea the inspiration behind the project. That is the true mark of a perfectly constructed project, as it succeeds in telling the story that it set out to tell in the way they wanted to tell it. Starlight Brigade left an impact on me the first time I saw it, and every time I've seen it since, as I'm sure it will continue to do moving forward. I've gotten to show it to a number of people in my life, hoping each time they are able to take something away from it. So, how does Starlight Brigade stand up to the criteria set for good storytelling that was established earlier? I think my answer is pretty clear. Perhaps perfection is unattainable. Someone can always find a reason they dislike something, but for me, this is the pinnacle of what not just a music video, but animated storytelling can be. So, yes, as far as I'm concerned, Starlight Brigade is perfect.
There's no such thing as perfect. Huh? You're beautiful as you are, Courage. With all your imperfections, you can do anything.
Hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I think I'm getting better at this slowly, but I definitely felt nervous making this one. Starlight Brigade means a lot to me, and I hope you all enjoyed hearing my thoughts on it. If you did, it would be amazing if you could leave this video a like and maybe leave a comment. And if you want to stay updated on my upcoming videos, think about subscribing. I know I don't have a lot of subscribers, but I'm very happy for the ones I do have, and I hope to see more of you grow. And a part of being a growing channel and visiting Patreon for some information has got me thinking about maybe making one myself. I would never ask anyone to donate if they couldn't afford it, but I just think it would give me a reason to make more content or release content early just for patrons. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments down below, and thank you all again, and I hope you have a fantastic day.